right, girls. Well, we rehearsed.
To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box to the left. In the closet, that's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, say, don't touch.
Girl, we sound mad good.
What's good, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And thank you so very much for tuning into yet another episode of Everything Lelona, where we talk about everything and anything, cha. Now, if you are new here, welcome, baby. I really hope that you'll enjoy this video and that will make you hit that little subscribe button somewhere over here. And if you are a regular subscriber, a gang day one, what's good, what's up, what it do? I really hope that you are well and that you are taking care of yourself. Here. So we're back with another exciting video, and in this video I'll be answering questions that you guys sent me. Okay, so a few weeks ago I uploaded like a tag on Instagram. I uploaded a tag on Instagram, then also posted it on Twitter and also on my YouTube community. So I posted this question on my social platform. So if you aren't following me, please look in the description box. My social media links will be there. So as said, I had posted this question or this tag or this, what do you call those things? Those things that you ask people, tontos, right? On like Instagram. So I asked, or I wrote, asking questions that you've been too scared to ask a gay guy. So I'm here today to answer those questions. Now, without wasting any of your time, let's get into the video. So very quickly before I forget, do not forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video if you are interested and excited to hear more. Leave all of your comments down below. Don't forget to share this video because literally that's the only way we can grow this family. Alright. So we'll start with the first question, and the first question says, if a feminine gay guy is attracted to feminine gay guys, does it mean they are attracted to anyone, male or female, that is girly? Okay, so where do we start? Let's first start by defining what a gay person is. Someone who is gay is someone that is attracted to the same sex. Yeah, well, so if you are attracted to a man and you are a man, you're gay. If you are attracted to a woman and you are a woman, you're lesbian, or some can also say gay. So when we say if a feminine gay guy is attracted to another feminine gay guy, does it mean that they are now attracted to anyone basically who's feminine presenting? No, it doesn't automatically mean that, because there is something, or there is a term for someone who is attracted to both male and female, right? And that could be non-binary, that could be bisexual. So no on this question. So it doesn't automatically mean that the fact that I'm gay and then I'm feminine presenting and then I'm attracted to other feminine presenting gay guys, I'm also attracted to a woman. No. So it's just me being attracted to another male, but who is feminine presenting, I guess. So that's what it means, or that is my opinion on this question. So, and then second question says, so it's not directed to you. So someone said it's not directed to you. This question, Kanti, I had a whole list of questions ready for you. So these questions aren't for me. So I'm not answering for myself. I'm just sharing my opinion on these questions. Now, then there's another question which says, in a gay relationship, is it supposed to have a feminine partner and a masculine partner? Again, not quite. So because we have grown up to seeing heterosexual relationships where there is a male and a female, and normally feminine presenting and masculine presenting, where the male is muscular, the female is feminine. So when it comes now to gay relationships, which are homosexual relationships, we don't subscribe to heterosexual norms, right? We don't subscribe to where there's a woman and a man, there's the head and then don't. Yeah, but like they normally would say in heterosexual relationships. Now it's just two men coming in together or coming to be together. So you can have both feminine presenting, both masculine presenting, or again feminine and muscular. So it doesn't basically have to be like that. It doesn't have to be feminine and masculine presenting. You can have both feminine presenting, and they could be in the best relationship that they've been in their entire lives, basically. So yes, it doesn't have to be like that, sweetie. And then we move on to this next question, which says, is anal sex safe actually? Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to be controversial with this answer, ne? But I am gonna go back to biology, right? So with a human being's anatomy, everything in your body has a function, right? And the male private part, or the male genitalia, which is the male's penis, and then the female's vagina, that's how we were created to have sexual intercourse, that a penis goes into a vagina, right? And with the back door, the anus, right? It's there to excrete waste rather. It's there to excrete waste, and it was never meant for sexual pleasure, if I can say. So having anal sex is not the safest option. But because there's no other option that you can but it's not necessarily safe, because there's a lot that can happen during anal sex. Like there could be a lot of tearing, where the anus would basically tear, and because of the tearing, and you can then have infections down there. So yeah, you understand, there's a lot of bacteria there because there's waste that is being excreted, where now here you have tears, and those wounds would sometimes, or would get infected. So essentially it's not safe. However, there are ways to prevent those tearings. There are ways and things that you can do to make sure that you are doing it as safe as possible. So basically, lubricant is a gay's best friend. Lubricant is a gay's best friend because the more lubricated it is, the better pleasure you get, and also the safer you are. So yeah, that's just one part of it. And also practicing safe sex care, condomize, and yeah. So you can make it safe, even though it's not necessarily the safest. And then we are going to move on to this question, where, okay, I think I've read these ones. Okay, so this is a question from the YouTube community in Dondon. It says, lol, I'm watching your video as I type this father and son story. Just recently subscribed and I love your stories. Thank you, baby. Keep rocking, sissy. My question is, why do men marry? Did I tell you the question? Why do men marry when they know that they are gay? I hope it's not a stupid question. It's not a stupid question at all. Valid question. Valid. And this is a question I also want to know the answer to, because like the fact, why do they marry only to come back and date boys? Like, why do you marry a straight woman? Or why do you marry a woman only for you to go back and cheat on that woman with a boy or a man? Like, why do you do that? But guys, again, because niandazi nizandrega, because the times are eziana, and like, let me come to their defense. So a lot of people, right, have been pressured by society to be in a stereotypical relationship or in a conventional relationship, and I'm using this quotes on quotes because these aren't really how things are, right? So people have been pressured a lot to go into these conventional relationships where they are with the woman, they get married, they have children, and then live this life where, because evidently everyone is aspires for marriage, aspires for stability, and that is like so cliche though, because wow, sana nyan. So a lot of people have been pressured by society, by family, to take a wife, and then they marry the wife, and then while they are in that marriage, they're like, actually, I'm not satisfied with what I have, and also this is not what I really want, but for the sake of the marriage that I've already built, the children, my family, my name, my reputation, they stay in those marriages because you get a certain status, like you get a certain status, so kubana you have acquired what everyone strives for and what everyone wants, where now you have acquired that and you have achieved that. So they stay in those marriages. But because Umtu wants to be fulfilled and they have these urges and these desires and these things that they want for themselves, things that make them happy, they then go out of the marriage and go in the streets, which is the wrong way to go about things, but that's what they do. And blame me, but never blame kakhulu, because blame me in the sense that we are still the ones that date them, right? And yeah, so blame me in that sense. But the fact that there's not just there's not just you as the married man in this picture. There's you, there's your family, there's your wife, your children, your parents, your siblings that are now you are putting in disrepute because we are cheater. You understand? So I guess that's why a lot of people do it. It's not that they didn't know before they were married that man, this is how things are. Some get married knowingly and knowing very well ukuthi actually ndiyabathanda bafana and ndiyayithanda M2M sexual intercourse, like male to male sexual intercourse. So there's a lot of factors around that, but mostly people get into marriages because they are pressured by society, by family, they're pressured by church, they're pressured by their peers to get married. Now what they want is to explore this other side of their sexuality. So I think I think that's where I would, that's my answer to this question. I hope that answers your question. Someone asked, do you someday wish to have kids? Again, guys, these questions are not for me, general questions. But to answer this question, do I want to have kids someday? This is a very, very deep question because I'm someone who's very real, right? I'm someone who's very real about things. Like I think realistically. So as a gay person, it's not easy to have children, right? I can't bear children, I can't conceive children, I can't fall pregnant. And the only way for me to have children naturally is for me to sleep with a woman, right? And that's not something that I'm looking to do anytime soon. So in that aspect, I'm not going to be sleeping with any woman for me to have children, firstly. Secondly, I think I've once mentioned into adopting and what. And it's quite expensive, that whole process of adoption, and it takes quite a long time. It's draining, it's stressful. Surrogacy as well is very, very, very expensive. And for the typical South African who is an average or low earning person, it's not so feasible for me to do. So I've weighed my option, I've looked at the facts around me, the facts around my situation, and I've come to terms with one day I might never have children. However, do I want to have children? Yes, I would love to have a child or children one day. I don't know how, I don't know how that will happen, but I would love to have children just for me to know, to make something, for me to have someone that I'm gonna be loving unconditionally because I made this person, and to have someone who's going to look at me for like something that I will nurture and know that I did that. Yeah, well, so I would love to have children one day, but realistically, it might never happen. Then someone asked, does size matter? For me, I don't know, guys, for abanye abantu, but for me, not really. Again, it's going to be very cliche because it's not the size that matters, it's what you do with what you have, right? Which is facts, guys, which is factual information. I've literally been with, and what did they do? Remember, I had a story time where I was dating a guy who was here, right? But came 2 seconds. So the guy, on paper, if you're looking at it, you're like, you also have a big black dick, and you're like, wow, okay, enjoy. You understand? But and you're like, what the fuck? You understand? And then I've dated someone who doesn't have a not so big down there, and the person gave bomb sex. Like, they gave bomb sex. So no, not really. Size doesn't really matter for me. But you guys, guys, because I'm not gonna speak on your behalf. So does size matter to you? Answer that on the comment section down below. And then let's see. Okay, and then someone said, hey, love you a lot, love you too, sweetie. How to say their pronouns? Whose pronouns? Mine. So my pronouns are he, him, and his. Is that what you're asking? I'm not sure. And then the other question says, hey, little sweetie, at first I was, and then I realized that they also ask, so I ended up asking them. Who? I'm not sure. Who does this go? Hey, little sweetie, at first I was, and then I realized that they also to ask, so I ended up asking them. Yay! And cause show Tinim Dasakai.
Hi, bro.
Like, I really don't know what you are asking there, but let's move on. Isn't anal sore? So for veterans like me, they talk. So isn't anal sore? Anal is sore, right? Anal is sore. Going back to the answer I gave earlier about how safe is anal. Because again, the back door, right, wasn't biologically meant for sex. It tends to be, goes back a bit tight as fuck, yabo. So when you get penetrated, it does get sore, but it only lasts for like a couple of seconds. And again, lubricant. And don't just apply it once, because this thing doesn't self-lubricate. So make sure that you constantly are lubricated. You are constantly, so you constantly reapply the lube as you go, so that you enjoy it, because I don't think anyone wants to have sex for like pain, wants to feel pain. Like everyone wants to feel pleasure from sex. So constant lubrication. Lube is a gay's best friend. Then Nancy a question. Okay, this is a question from now Instagram. They responded on, oh, okay, no, I'm lying, guys, sorry. So someone said, is it okay to ask what their position is like? Top, bottom, or versatile? In what way? Is this someone maybe? Okay, because I do see that this is a female asking. So she's asking if it's okay for her to ask a gay guy a position yakhe. For ndoni mdase? For ndoni uzayithini wena? So if we top, uzabai bottom yakhe. If versatile, uzabai bottom yakhe, uzabai top yakhe, uzawuthini? What do you want to do? What do you want to know about that information? No, but I get what you're saying, especially when, so if you are friends with this person, I don't think there's anything wrong, because and when you guys have conversations, so you get to pick up from the language that the person uses, right? And then also, if you meet a random gay guy for like the first time, don't ask that question, please. Don't ask that question, and don't ask me that question. Same. It's just very so it's not okay unless it's your then you can ask your friends. Here's another question. Ever thought that one day you will have to marry a woman, have kids like a normal stable fam? Like a normal stable fam. Yo, guess son, I say because Klaus city normal stable family. What does that mean? So if it's a homosexual relationships with both dads and adopted children, Clownby, is that not normal? Okay, am I missing something? Wrong? Am I missing something? But what do you mean normal stable family? So, but I get also and I get what you say. Not everyone is politically correct. Okay? So I get what you're saying. And ever thought that one day you will have to marry a woman and have children? So because I grew up dating women or dating females, and after I came to the realization, Yokuba, actually, this is not what I want to do. These aren't the people I want to be with. And I realized, I am supposed to be with a man, and that's what I like. I never thought that I would have to marry a woman. Even though sometimes when I go home, because somewhere else. Like so I've had those thoughts like back in the day when I wasn't sure of who I was and what I was. I did have those thoughts when maybe I just have to marry a woman, get a woman, marry, have children, and live a normal life. And then yeah, I did have those, but not anymore, child. Like I know bana, my destiny is a mern, period. And then here's another question. Let's see. Okay, I've answered these ones, guys. I'm literally, because when I sent these screenshots to this phone, because they were on that phone, I literally just and then sent. So I was quite in order at all. Okay, here's another question. My question is, worst cloth you've ever had? Like guys, I even have a story time about this, and I said it as well in the previous video. The worst cloth was with the guy who was from PE that I met at Grahamstown Arts Festival. That guy had a huge ass dick, okay? And I was like, it's out because I feel like because like I feel like but we got into bed and he went in, came out, went in, and he came. And that was the worst 2 seconds of my life. Worst 2 seconds of my life. So do watch that story time if you've never watched it. I'm sure it's gonna be on my videos. Just go on my videos. Is our bala worst sex of my life? I'm sure is out. And then there's another question. I don't know how to phrase this question, but do gay guys internally feel like they are a woman or they are a man? Or like it's a combination of both? I don't know if that makes sense, but so let's be technical about this. Let's be politically correct about this. So when we say gay, right? Gay simply means you are attracted to the same sex as you. And that's all you are attracted to, the same sex, nothing else, right? And if you are someone who is born into a male's body or biologically a male's body, but you feel like you are the opposite sex, then you are transgender. So there is a term for that. It's called transgender. So as gay guys, we tend to have some femininity in us, right? And that is not to say we want to be women. We might say yes girl, we might say musadi when we talk to each other, but we know we are man and we feel like man, and we don't all want to be women unless you are trans and you feel like you want to be a woman, then you are transgender. So yes, if you identify as a woman in a man's body, you are then labeled transgender. But if you're just a gay guy who's feminine when he wants, muscular when he wants, child, like, yeah, well, so I hope that answers your question. So not all the time, not all the time, or no rather, let me just say no. And then someone says, may sound stupid, but how do you spot a gay guy? Gator, sweetie. It's years and years and years of training. Gator. You look at the person's mannerism. You look at the person's, and okay, let me take you to 2022, because in 2022 we live in the digital era, right? So you don't really get to meet a lot of people like that, and yabo. So let's say, for example, you see someone on social media. I'll give you tricks and tips on how to spot a gay on social media. Person whom you look at the person's friend list. If you're on Facebook, friend list, Instagram followers or following. So if they follow a lot of gay guys, and if the person, if you're not even sure of the people that he follows, if it's a lot of men and this person is also a man, Suyavela. And also, again, going back to what I was saying, Yobana, it's years and years of practice. Gaydar is not something that you are born with. It's something that you like develop over time. So you basically would look at the person's mannerism, you look at the person and you analyze and you scrutinize and you dissect all the information presented to you. So I don't know, man, like I don't wanna lie, like I don't know how to answer this question. So how do you Gaydar, sweetie, Gaydar, and I can't explain how the Gaydar works. You just know. And a lot of times gay guys get it wrong, because when they see a good looking person, they would tend to assume that this person is gay because uyamfuna. You know, xa ufuna umuntu ngoba uyiyo chomi, uyiyo. Dithi akayo gay, uthi uyiyo because umfune emadrasini. So I really don't know Mdasa. I don't want to know. I don't know. And I also want to know the answer to that. So if you know the answer, please leave the answer in the comment section down below. And then someone said, how did you come out to your parents? Are they supportive? I never came out to my parents. Like, I never had the conversation to sit down with my mom and dad and be like, Mama, Tata, gay. I never had that conversation. Again, going back to a video that I once did, where I said coming out for me personally is problematic because it's only us who are required to come out. So as a straight person, you don't have to come out for anything. So why should it be different for me? Yeah, well, so I never had to come out to my parents. So are they supportive? My mom, high-key, knows everything. My mom knows literally everything, and in the sense, Yoguti, she knows about my sexuality. I don't sit down and talk to her about boys and stuff like that, but she knows about my sexuality and she supports me. She's never had to be homophobic around me, even though parents tend to be a bit homophobic sometimes. But my mom hasn't expressed any homophobia towards me. And then let's see. Then there's another question here which says, is it better dating a bisexual male or 100% gay is better? Oh, child, I've had my fair share of bisexual men, and uzawugowa into the bisexual because and the funny guys zimna. I don't want to commit to a bisexual man, personally speaking, because as much as being bisexual doesn't mean that you're going to be dating both men and women at the same time. It just means that you are attracted to both men and women. And like for a year you could be with a man, break up with him, and then be with a woman, and then break up with a woman and be with a man. It doesn't mean that you have them at the same time, right? So I've once had a situation where I was with a bisexual man, and this guy had quite the circle of friends, right? So he would hang out with like this one girl this time, hang out with this one guy this time, and then is with another girl. So in my head, I was constantly thinking, Ubana, who is he cheating with? Who is he cheating with? Because all of these people weren't in the same circle of friends. All of these people were like friends, their friend. I was like, Kurishamans. So I was constantly insecure about who is this guy actually messing with? Because not started messing around, and then we developed into a serious relationship. And then every time he would hang out with someone new, whether it was a male or a female, I constantly became insecure. I just instantly became insecure. If he tells me about a new person in his life, I'm like, unlike when it's like a 100% gay guy, I'm like, I don't have to worry when he says no nhleli no matapelo, nhleli no sbongile, nhleli no dimpo. Like I don't mind because I'm like, he won't do anything to a woman. But with a bisexual man, my God, like I would constantly be insecure. So personally, for me speaking, I prefer to just date a 100% gay guy. But different strokes for different folks. Some people prefer it that way, some don't. We all have our preferences, but for me personally, give me gay, 100% gay. And then someone said, do you guys have involuntary hard-ons around naked girls? So to be honest, I sometimes watch straight porn, and I watch it for something different, right? But if let's say I'm sitting with my girls and she's like walking around in her underwear and like her boobs are going, but low-key sometimes I would watch some straight porn and get turned on by that. And I don't know, man. I don't know. But personally, I don't just get turned on by a woman because I'm not attracted to women. Should I go further, or should I just have a part 2? Because I feel like good data and the recorder and send it to. So I think I should end the video there. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I really hope that I answered all of your questions as much as I could. Well, that's what I did, and I hope you guys are satisfied with my responses to these questions. Maybe we'll make this a series and constantly be engaging like this. I really like to hear from you guys, so please leave all of your comments down below. If you have any more questions, leave them on the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do the things that need to be done, sweetie. Please subscribe to my channel, share this video across your social media platforms, and that would really help me. And I love you guys so much. Bye.